I know.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is a channel where it's all about the pups, where I share my over 30 plus years of practical, hands-on experience of what it is to own, love, and care for dogs. So if you're a first-time dog owner, a wannabe dog owner, or an experienced dog owner, I'm here to be a practical resource, offering some suggestions and advice from what I've learned in these 30 plus years. Because there are so many times when you're wondering, am I the only one with this problem? Like right now. Or does your dog do this? Like right now. Or what is it? How can I find the right breed and the right dog for me and my family? Now this video is the fourth in an 8-part series, To Puppy or Not to Puppy, where I ask 8 questions and you answer them. And I guarantee you that by the end of this 8-part series, you will really know if you are ready to adopt that puppy. So before you press that adopt button, take a few moments and go through these videos with me. And again, you will know if you are really ready for that puppy. Today's video deals with question number 4, training. Do you have a plan, or have you thought about a plan? Have you decided as to who is going to train your puppy and at the same time train you? Now, before you bring your puppy home, you should have already a plan in place as to how to teach the basic commands to your puppy regarding housebreaking, as well as sit, stay. And you usually can find this information by Googling or through Kindle or any place online. There are plenty of books and videos available to help you do this. But that's just for the basics. To get you and your pup off on the right foot, you really do need a human trainer. Now, the first few months of a puppy's life are its most formative. And during this time, what the pup learns and how it is treated will be carried with it throughout its life. Dogs have memories just like people do. And so many times people think of puppies as being that cute little ball of fur at 9 weeks or 10 weeks or 12 weeks of age. Yeah, right. Oh, God. What an apropos topic, training. But dogs are considered puppies even when they're 6 to 9 months old, up to a year in age, and sometimes with some breeds, even over 1 year of age, because certain breeds mature, take a longer time to mature. So spend the time, spend the money, and find a reputable trainer, with a training classes, whether they're private or public, and do it the right way, because each dog is different. There is no one size fits all. And it will make your puppy owning days, as well as your adult years, so much more happier and less stressful. This is not the time to save money. Now, a major point with training and trainer selection. Many retail stores like Petco, like PetSmart, they offer puppy training classes, and they can be public, they can be private. But beyond Petco and PetSmart, you have what's known as private trainers. And the private trainers are companies or individuals who specialize in puppy training, whether they're group classes or they're private classes. And they're either directly connected with the breeder owner of where you brought your pup, or again, they're privately owned companies. Now, with any training, school yourself beyond the basics, which goes beyond how much is this going to cost. All right, know exactly what is the training regimen, how many weeks are going to be spent training your pup, how many classes, how long is each class, is it a group, is it private, is it a combination of both, And what are the deliverables? What are the expectations when the class is complete? And it's very important that you get that straight, because you want to be on the same page as the trainer who is training your pup. All right? Now, and after choosing the trainer and you've attended a session or two, if anything feels off to you, find another trainer. Trust me when I tell you this. And your instincts will also know. And then watch your dog. Watch their eyes. They will signal you. Watch their tail. Watch their behavior. And because I tell you, a really good trainer and the training environment is going to pay dividends for you and your pup for the rest of your lives. Now, if you have the financial resources, there are many private trainers who will come directly into your home. They'll make an assessment of your pup, your home environment, and then they will devise a training program and then carry it out on the premises. So again, if you also have the resources, but not the time, there is something available called board and train, where your dog will go and actually be boarded and will be trained either in the facility or sometimes even in the trainer's home for a period of weeks. And then the dog is returned back to you, fully trained. And if you really, really have the resources, then you can have a fully trained pup. The breeder, owner, handler, or the trainer connected with the breeder, owner, will actually fully train your pup for you, so that when you bring the little pup into your home, that pup is fully trained, and the only thing that you need to do is learn the practices and methodologies that that trainer will give you. Now, this type of training, while it's available across all breeds, is actually pretty steep in price. And it's usually associated with those breeds and those dogs that are basically involved in protecting you and protecting your property. So, also depending on your situation and your puppy, some private trainers offer AKC designation called Canine Good Citizen. And a lot of trainers also have facilities that offer agility training, rally, herding, Schutzhund therapy. There's all kinds of training that they offer, search and rescue. Because you know what, puppy training is not necessarily, it's not necessarily just training. Puppy training does not mean that you and your pup can't have fun. It's doing it. Now, regarding training also, for me personally, it's the breed of dog, and it's the age of the dog, and the size and the background. And that's what determines the training for me. Now, all of my Boston Terriers came to me directly from the breeder, and they came to me from about 9-10 weeks of age. I grew up with Bostons. I know practically everything about them. I have a ton of experience. But yet, I took my last two Bostons, Allegra and Thumper, to Petco. And we went through 2 6-week group classes. They were with other dogs. They got socialized in a busy environment, all kinds of things going on around them. And it worked fine. It was fine. But my German Shepherds, my Dobermans, were all trained by a German Shepherd breeder owner handler. And I chose that route specifically because these dogs have to be well trained and they have to be under control. I mean, let's face it, there are certain breeds that have a reputation and you can't get past that. So when you, in so many words, when you say come, they come. When you say sit, they sit. Stay means stay. Place means place. And now, it's just as important that small dogs learn that too. But I'll tell you, all you have to do is, really spend an afternoon or a weekend binge watching Victoria Stilwell or Cesar Millan. And you'll understand in a New York minute why it is important that all dogs have that direction, that structure, that training, and the parameters. Very important, whether it's inside your home or outside your home. Now, think of it this way. Without that consistent foundational training, your pup could possibly be running throughout the house, jumping on and off furniture. Your kitchen island is turned into a NASCAR racetrack. Your pups are jumping up and down on people when they come to visit, or you can't even get them through the door because the dog's barking, or the dog could potentially bite your visitor. And you certainly don't want something like that. And then think of it this way also: if you're walking your dog down down the sidewalk, it's one thing if you have a dog, a leash puller, who's 10 pounds or 20 pounds. It's quite another when you have a leash puller who's 40 pounds, 60 pounds, or 80 pounds, or more. Because one of the things that, when I walked my 2 shepherds, my gosh, I had 195 pounds at the end of one leash, well, at the end of 2 leashes, because both girls were in the 95-pound range. But my point is, you and your pup need to go through some type of training together so that you can anticipate and react to different scenarios that you're going to encounter. A squirrel darts out from a tree somewhere, goes across the street, a child whizzes by on a bicycle, a dog runs out from behind the house and starts barking, and the leash jerks, and then the dog pulls, and then the next thing you know, you go flying, where you can fall and potentially hurt yourself. Now, this doesn't necessarily even, and not only that, the dog gets away from you. And this isn't a situation that only happens with large dogs. I was walking my Boston Terrier, 20 some pounds, one November rainy day, and that's exactly what happened. A squirrel darted out of nowhere, my gym shoes slid on the wet asphalt, and I crashed down on my knee. I thought I was going to have to crawl home, but I happened to maintain the leash in my hand, and the little Boston, my little Poco at the time, she stayed by my side until I was able to lift myself up and hobble home with her. So, this happens. It shouldn't happen often, but it does. Now, if for no other reason why you do want to ensure that you have puppy training, think of it this way as well. If your dog bites someone, God forbid, you are liable. The dog may be quarantined and even put down, and you face a lawsuit. Now, I mentioned in another video, I carry a $1 million liability policy, so think about that. On that cheerful note, I'll leave you until our next episode in this series, and that next question is going to be, is your home puppy-proof? So thank you for watching. Leave your comments and questions below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. And if you would like one-on-one personal consultation and helping you find a pup, I will leave my contact information in the description section below. So again, thank you for watching. Bye for now.